I'm having to use two computers today, friends, so I can record everything and do it all. Okay? So, we're going to go on and start with our same question that we had yesterday, and we're actually going to try and solve it today, but we're going to walk through it together, and I'm going to show you two different ways that we can solve it, okay? So, it says Tom bought 342 stickers. He put 152 stickers in his sticker book. He gave 100 stickers to his sister. So how many stickers does he have left? Okay, so yesterday I made a video, if you weren't here either, kind of showing you guys how to set it up. So y'all are going to be setting up the equation with me right now, okay? So we know our total is going to be 342. Okay, we also know we're going to use the numbers 152 and 100 in this equation. Okay, so I'm going to have it set up like we did yesterday. So we know our total, if I can write this okay, is 342. Okay, we know we're going to have one that we don't know that we're trying to figure out. Okay, then we're going to have 152 plus 100. Can y'all see that okay? Kind of just nod your head yes if you can, shake your head no if you can't. Y'all are good? Okay, so I want y'all to go and write that down, okay? So I'm going to give y'all a second to write that down. 152 plus 100 plus blank, because we're trying to figure out what our blank is today, equals 342. Give y'all like 30 seconds to get that written down, because that's not super long. Okay, if you got it, give me a thumbs up on the screen so I can see that you're ready. Got lots of thumbs ups. Let me move to the other side. Keep your thumbs up so I can see. You ready, Dylan? You got it? Okay. All right. So, the first way, I have notes here so I can remember which one we're going to do. First one we're going to do is using our 10 base blocks. Okay, do y'all remember our 10s? So we had our 10s that were like the little skinny strips and then our ones that look like little cubes. Well, we're going to add in the hundreds today. Okay, so that's going to be a little crazy, but I think y'all will be okay with it. Okay, so looking at this, I want to figure out a way that I'm going to represent 152 using my blocks. Now, I could write out 15 of those 10s blocks, but that's going to take me too long. So if I want to do my hundreds block, it's just going to be a really big square, much bigger than the little teeny tiny ones blocks. Okay, so y'all go on and draw that, and that's going to represent 100 on here. Okay, that's our big hundreds block. I'll give y'all a second to do that. Okay, now we're only at 100 on here, but we want to get to 152 to represent that whole number, okay? So now we're going to do our 10s blocks. I'm going to unmute y'all for a second, okay? Can someone tell me, looking at this, how many 10s would I write? Because we've already covered our 100, so now we're looking at our 10s. So how much would that be, Shaylee Bill? 50. 50, but do we say 50? How many of those little 10s lines are we going to draw? Someone hold it up on your fingers. How many do y'all think we're going to draw? Shaylee's right that that's 50. How many y'all think? Have a few friends holding their hands up. Okay. I'm going to go back and mute y'all again. So on that one, friends, we're going to have 5 10s blocks. So that means we're drawing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? And those are our 10s because right here we have 100, so we had just one hundreds block. Then we had 5 10s. Okay? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, Shayla was right with saying it was 50. Yeah, it represents 50, but we're not going to say we're going to draw 100, or we're going to draw 50 of those lines, because that's too many. We just want to draw 5 of them. Okay, now on your fingers, that last number, that's going to represent our ones place. So on your fingers, tell me, how many ones blocks am I drawing? Shaylee's got it. Anyone else know? Have a few friends figuring it out. Dylan's got it. Boston's got it. Yeah, we're just going to draw 2 ones blocks. So those are going to be much tinier. Okay? Itty bitty. Okay, so make sure you have that right there. Okay? Give y'all a second to make sure you have that, because that's going to represent 152 when we draw it out. Okay, so make sure you have that. Then we're going to move on to the next one. Thumbs up once you got it. Looks like almost everyone's there. Yay! Okay. Awesome. Okay. All right, so the next one, friends, we just have 100. Okay? Now I can represent 100 several different ways, but probably the easiest way is going to be drawing what? Let me unmute you. What would be the easiest way to have 100 on there? Someone tell me. Just shout it out.
100? 100 block.
A 100s block.
A 100 block.
100s block. Fabulous. Okay, so I'm just going to draw one big old 100s block right there. Okay, I'm still going to put 100 there because that's a new one for us, okay, since we haven't used that yet. So go on and make sure you have that right there under your 100, okay? Should take you just a second. Remember, you want your 100s block be way bigger than your ones blocks, because then you're just going to get confused when you look at it later. We want to make sure you can tell the difference, okay? All right. So we know we have 152 right here, and we have 100 right there, friends, okay? But we need to figure out what's going to go here to help get us to 342. So we're going to be counting on. We've done counting on before, but not with big numbers like this, okay? So I want y'all to just kind of watch me go through this and just see how it would work, okay? So I know I kind of have to think, okay, what could I add to this and see what would work? So I'm going to look and see, okay, I could maybe, well, first let's add these two numbers together. 152 plus 100. I'm going to unmute y'all for just a second for that one. Can someone tell me what's 152 plus 100? Can someone say it one more time? I think I heard it. I think I'm hearing some friends say it. Hear a lot of friends talking. Okay, so for that one, friends, 152 plus 100 is going to be 252. Okay, so now we're going to count on using our pictures to get to 342, okay? So, if I added another 100 to that, I'm going to write down here so you already know that these equal 252, okay? I know that these two are going to equal up to that. I'm going to guess and say, okay, maybe I can add another 100, okay? But if I add another 100, that's going to put me at, we'll say we're adding that one as well, plus 100, that's going to equal 352, okay? That's above 342, so that's not going to work. So I know I can't put a hundreds block there, okay? Oh, I didn't mean to erase that part. Okay, so I know that it can't be 100. It's going to be less than 100 going in this blank that we're missing, okay? So I'm just going to start counting with tens to figure this out, okay? So I'm going to draw my tens and count on. So y'all kind of count on to yourselves, counting by tens from 252, okay? So if I add another 10, that's going to be 262, 272, 282, 283, 292, 302, 312, 322, 332, and then 342. Okay, so I know that's how many I needed to get, or to count on with, to get me to 342. Now I need to count my tens and see what does that number equal, okay? So I'm going to count by tens to figure out, okay, what's that blank supposed to be? So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So my missing number, friends, right there is 90. Okay? That's what was missing there. So that's how we would count on to figure that out, okay? I know that this is going to be really hard. This is tough, and I wish we were at school right now to figure it out, but we're going to work as best we can with it, okay? So I'm going to unmute y'all for a second, and if you have a question, y'all can ask me. Does anyone have any questions about that? Do you get it now, Dylan? I saw earlier you said it was kind of hard. Okay. Now, I'm going to show y'all, well, hold on. Make sure you have that written down, okay? I'm going to mute y'all again, okay? Make sure you have that written down because you can go back and use this to help you when you go and do practice problems on your own, okay? So give me a thumbs up if you already have it all written down. Okay. Make sure everyone does. Can't see everyone's faces at the same time. Y'all good? Awesome. Okay, I'm going to show y'all one. No, not good, Dylan? Okay, I'll give you just a second, bud. Okay? I know there's a lot to this problem, but we're going to keep on practicing so it gets easier and easier. I don't even expect you guys to have it this week because this is really tough. But we're going to keep practicing it, and over time we will get it, okay? So that's what we're going to be focused on a lot this week. Okay. Dylan, let me know when you got it, but okay? You good? Okay. I'm going to show y'all one more way that we could do this using a number line, okay? Now, I know we already know what our answer is going to be there, but we're going to pretend we don't for just a second. I'm going to model this one more time, but using a different strategy, okay? Okay, so let's say we were going to use a number line to figure out what we need to count onto, okay? So I'm going to draw a number line. I'm going to make that a big old number line. Make yourself a big old number line, okay? As far as you can on that piece of paper, all right? Give me a thumbs up that you got it. All right. Okay, so right here, I'm not going to start at 0 on my number line, friends, because that's going to waste some of our time. We don't want to have to count big old numbers like that from there. So I'm going to start right here, and I'm going to say my starting point is going to be 152. Okay? So that's where we're going to start out on our number line, okay? 152. So go on and make that your starting point, okay? Alright, so now I know I'm going to add plus 100 on here, okay? So I'm going to make my little rainbow right here, and above that I'm going to say plus 100, okay? And when we did that earlier, can someone tell me what it equaled whenever I said 152 plus 100? Can someone tell me what that equaled? It's okay if you don't remember. Who said it? Danny, tell me what was 152 plus 100? 252. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna go back and mute y'all, okay? Alright. So then I know right here, we're gonna say we jumped 100 spaces and now we're at 252. Okay? Now, earlier I couldn't use another 100, so I'm not gonna make another rainbow with 100 on it. So now I'm gonna start counting by tens again, because I think that's gonna be the easiest way. Okay? So I'm gonna make another rainbow. I'm going to put plus 10 above it. And that's going to put me at 262. Do it again. 272. Going to do it again. 282. 292. I might block it for just a second, friends, so I can get it all written out on here, okay? And do it again. Plus 10. 302. Do it again. 312. Do it again. 322. Do it again. 332. And one more time. I know it's kind of hard to see on here. 342. So I did all those little 10 jumps to get me there. So it's still counting by tens. We're just doing it on the number line, okay? I had to write really tiny to get that all on here. Can y'all see that okay? I can scooch closer if we need to. No, it looks like y'all are getting it. Hold on, Shanaville. I'm gonna unmute just you. Yes, ma'am?
I can barely see the numbers because
Okay.
they're kind of like a little too fast.
Okay, I'm going to scooch it closer so you can see it, okay? Okay? Alright. Alright. I'm going to scooch it a little bit closer so y'all can see for a second. Woo! There we go. Alright. Hold on, Miss Emery. I'm about to get you. Yes, ma'am.
I need to start over because I didn't have enough room for my mouth.
Okay, kiddo. That's fine. You got time. You're good. Alright guys, I'm trying to hold it steady. It's bouncing on my leg. Okay, if you've already got it, that's great. Just hang tight for just a second for our friends who are trying to get caught up, okay? I'm going to send a picture of these to you guys also, so if y'all need to look back at what I wrote down, you can, okay? Hold on, share with you. Yes, ma'am.
Could you show us the other parts? Like the rest of the work? Or is that all of it?
That's you showing your work. The only thing I forgot to put up there, I didn't fill in my 90 again.
The board needs to be scoot over. They can't see the end of it.
Oh, you can't? Uh-oh. Like back up like that?
The other way. Not showing you in the picture frame. A little bit more. Other way.
There we go.
There you go, right
Perfect.
there.
Okay.
That's all of it.
Okay.
Yeah. There it is, sir.
Let's see. Okay, give me a thumbs up if you've already got it. Kendall's got it. Boston's got it. Danny's got it. Okay, my friend's still writing it down. Y'all are fine. Remember, I'm going to send out the video of this and I'm going to send pictures of it, okay? So if you need to look back later, you can. You can go see what we did. Aston's got it. Bianca's got it. Shaylee, did you get it, kiddo? Okay. Emery, do you almost have it, kiddo?
We finally just got it, but our
Okay.
picture mostly shows another girl working on her homework, and every once in a while it flashes to your screen.
It's just going back and forth. Uh-oh. I should have had mine pinned down.
We're looking at that one girl. What's her name? Shaylee. The whole time.
If you click on my picture and click on the 3 dots, you can pin my video.
It wouldn't let me do anything. I tried. Maybe I did it wrong, but I'll try again.
Okay, you should be able to pin me there so it doesn't go back and forth. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. Now I know. I'll try to pin you.
Good deal.
Sometimes we don't know it.
Danny, do you have a question or are you just messing with your screen, bud? Okay, well, you get back on task, okay? Alright. Okay, friends. Remember, I'm going to have the video sent out, okay? So that way you can look back at it and you'll be able to see everything, so don't panic, okay? I'm going to go on and we're going to move on from math and go on and do our read aloud so we can kind of start to wrap things up. I think reading a book will be good for our brains, okay? Give us a little mental break from math, because I know that's a really hard concept for us, but I think with us keeping on practicing like this, y'all will get it, okay? So y'all can take a break from math, and we're going to go on and move on to our read aloud, okay? I need to make sure I can show both screens. It's a lot of multitasking with this, friends. Alright, so I'm going to go on and read our book. So yesterday, we talked a little bit. We didn't get to really read the book, but we're going to be trying to give our recommendations on books. So our question we're going to be focusing on this week with it, friends, is that we are going to be answering the question, would we recommend this book to a friend? Yes or no, okay? So, and it's okay if you don't think you would recommend the book to a friend. Sometimes we read a book and we just think, oh, it's not that good. But then we read other books and we think, wow, this is amazing and I would love to share with everyone I know. So I know Shaylee Beal yesterday got to write her response to it, and I think she wanted to share Okay, so our book yesterday was called Come On Rain, and so I just told you guys to yesterday go watch it on your own, and then just decide would you recommend it to a friend, yes or no. Okay, so Shaylee, do you want to share your response, kiddo?
Tell them what you think.
I thought that you should read it. I thought other people should read it because it has funny words and it has good pictures and it's interesting.
Awesome, kiddo. So I love what you have, but we're going to try and be even more specific with it. So, like, what kind of funny words? Which pictures were so good? Things like that, okay? So we're going to kind of add on.
The book, like all the pictures of the rain and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we're going to keep working on that and make sure we get even more specific. But you have a great start to it, kiddo, okay? So I already asked our friends who were here a little early which book they wanted to read. And we're going to read An Elephant Grows Up. Okay, so I'm going to do what I do normally in class where I read it down here and then I show you the pictures. Oh, Emery, do you have a response too, kiddo? Okay, I'm going to let Emery share hers too. Go ahead, kiddo.
My mom read this book to me, yes, because it was interesting and funny a little bit. And it's about rain, and rain is really important. It helps the earth grow, and it makes the earth beautiful, and it helps the plants grow.
Awesome. Fabulous, kiddo. Okay. So while I'm reading this one today, I want you to be thinking, would you recommend it to a friend? Yes or no, okay? So I'm going to even give you sentence stems to use whenever you do it, okay? All right. Okay. So y'all are going to see me doing this kind of back and forth so I can show both cameras. Okay, but I'm going to do what I do in class wherever I hold the pictures up after, okay? So an elephant grows up. Okay, so under the hot African sun, a baby elephant is born. The calf looks small next to her mother, but she weighs more than a refrigerator. Less than an hour after birth, the elephant calf can stand. She is already taller than your kitchen table. The calf is hungry, so she nuzzles up to her mother to drink milk. Okay. So mothers and their young stay together in one herd. Young adult males and older males roam by themselves or join small herds of other animals. So if you don't know, a herd is like a small group. It's like a gathering. Like we would be considered kind of a herd. We're a little group. Okay, so it's almost like we're our own herd. Okay, the herd stays in one place for several days after the calf is born. Once the new calf can walk, the herd will move on. Oops, there we go. Elephants often walk in single file lines along the trails. The calf walks behind or next to their mothers. Looking for food is a full-time job for elephants. They spend about 16 hours a day eating. They only sleep a few hours a day. That's a lot of time spent eating food. But they probably have to because they get so big. The long trail leads the elephants to a popular gathering place, the water hole. They visit the water hole at least once a day. At first, the calf uses her mouth to drink the water. As she grows older, the calf learns how to use her trunk. She sucks water into her trunk and then blows it into her mouth. Can you imagine using your own nose and blowing water into your mouth? I feel like that sounds kind of gross. The calf grows up fast. She begins to eat plants like the older elephants. She also uses her trunk to grab leaves high in the trees. The calf uses her trunk to dig for water. Some elephants use their right tusk more. Other elephants prefer their left trunk. It's just like being right-handed or left-handed. A new surprise has arrived in the herd. At 4 years old, the calf now has a baby brother, when full-grown male elephants are much larger than females. Calves soon start to use their tusks for more than just digging. They use their tusks for resting their heavy trunks or sipping bark off trees. The tusk can also be used for weapons when needed. The brother and sister have grown a lot, but they are still growing. Most elephants keep growing until they are 30 or 40 years old. When the brother is about 9 years old, he will join a different herd. The sister will stay with the cows and the calves in her herd to start a family. The elephant family continues to grow. The calf grew up and became a mother herself. She is now called a cow. So that's kind of interesting. I didn't know that. Did anyone else hear that before? Calling a grown mother elephant a cow? I feel like that would get confusing after a while. Her brother also started a family in a different herd. He is now called a bull. A new journey begins under the hot African sun. And then there's just some diagrams and some extra information, but I think we're going to end it right there, friends, okay? So, if you would recommend this book, raise your hand. I want to see who would recommend this book. All right, I got a couple. Raise your hand if you would not recommend this book. Ooh, Kendall wouldn't. Okay, Miss Kendall, I'm going to pick on you, kiddo. Okay, so tell me why you would not recommend this book.
Because I don't understand like how like they call like when like the elephants are grown up they call them like cow and then the boys like bull.
So you think it's kind of confusing that they go back and forth on what they would call them?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a fair point. Okay, so someone tell me, raise your hand if you would recommend this book, and I want you to tell me a reason why. I've heard from you, Miss Shayla. I want to hear from someone else. Who's someone else who would recommend this book? Aston, I'm going to pick on you, bud. I saw you raise your hand earlier. So tell me, why would you recommend this book to someone?
Because I don't know.
You don't know? I'll come back to you, but I want you to think on that, okay? All right. Shayla Beal, tell me, why would you recommend this book to someone?
It has some cool facts.
It has really interesting facts. Can you give me an example of a fact that you heard in this book?
I mean, it shows how the cub lives.
Did they call it a cub?
Yeah, they said it at the beginning.
Did they?
Whenever, yeah.
I'm going to go back and double check because I don't even remember seeing that. I'm doing some fact checking right now. It's a calf, not a cub.
Oh.
Yeah, calf. There we go. I was like, cub didn't sound right. Yeah. But they called it a calf. So yeah, that's an interesting fact. So you can say, yeah, I would recommend this book to someone because it's got some interesting facts in it. For example, they call baby elephants calves. Okay, I'm going to go pick on Miss Emery now. Emery, would you recommend this book to someone?
I will recommend this to someone because it talks about elephants and people might want to know about elephants, so that's why.
So it's a very informative book. It gives lots of information about elephants. So if you wanted to learn more, this would be a good book to read. Absolutely. Had lots of good information. Does anyone else have something that they would want to say about this book? We're all feeling a little shy today. So, friends, whenever you go into your own books and you're going to decide, okay, would I recommend this to someone or not? The way I want you to start it is you're going to say, I would recommend An Elephant Grows Up, or whatever title of the book is, because, and then you'll give your reason. Now, Shaylee had really good reasons earlier about the book we had yesterday. It was interesting. It had good pictures. It was funny. But I also want her to go back and give examples of that, okay? So she would go back and say, I found this book interesting. For example, like we'll use this one, okay? This was an interesting book because it gave lots of facts. For example, it told me that a baby elephant is called a calf, okay? Or this book was funny because this happened in the book, okay? So I want to make sure that you're giving really good examples to support what you're saying, okay? So that's all we're going to really do with this today. Tomorrow, we're actually going to write our own responses while we go through it, okay? Since we got a little behind with everything going on yesterday, okay? I'm going to send this video out so people can see it. So if you need to go look back at what we did today, you can, okay? And then at 12 o'clock, we're going to have show and tell with everyone, okay? So remember at show and tell, bring something that you want to share with everyone. Yes, Miss Emery?
Can we talk to each other?
If this stays open after I click out, y'all are fine. I heard yesterday in the one earlier, or the one at 12 o'clock, y'all were able to still talk to each other, which was awesome. I don't know what'll happen with this one after I close out of it, but I know the one at 12, y'all should be fine even if I leave, okay? Okay. All right. So you guys can go. I will talk to you guys later, and I'll see y'all at 12, okay? All right. Thank y'all for being so awesome, all right? I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.